Welcome everyone. In this session, we're going to talk about business response methodologies. This lesson will show you how companies plan for problems, respond to them quickly, and continue working during disruptions. Let's explore how to keep a business strong and ready for anything. Introduction to business response methodologies. Let's begin with what business response methodologies really mean. They are plans and actions that help protect both people and business operations during emergencies. Two important methods are business continuity and business resilience. They are different, but they work best when used together. The goal is to keep the business running now and also ready for the future. For example, in a hotel, if the power goes out, a continuity plan might be to use a generator, so guests still have lights and air conditioning. A resilience plan would be having to have staff trained to help guests manually check in if the system is down. Why you need both: continuity and resilience. Business continuity is all about the short term. It helps the company deal with problems right when they happen. On the other hand, business resilience is for long-term strategy. It helps the company adapt, recover, and stay strong after the problem is over. When a company uses both together, it can reduce risks and continue working to operate smoothly. For example, in a supermarket, if the cash register breaks, staff use calculators to continue sales. That's continuity. Later, they upgrade the system or train staff to handle future issues. That's resilience. The PDCA cycle for response. To respond well to disruptions, we can follow a simple cycle called PDCA. Plan, do, check, and act. First, in the plan step, we look at risks and decide which processes are most important. Then, in the do step, we start the plan and make sure all staff know what to do. Next, in the check step, we test the plan and make changes, any if necessary, needed changes. In the act step, we improve the plan based on real experiences. Finally, we must always maintain strategic awareness, which means watching what's happening inside and outside the business, so we can be ready for both short and long-term changes. Example: a clothing store in a flood zone uses the PDCA cycle. They plan for floods, train staff, test the plan with a drill, and improve it after seeing what went wrong. This helps them reopen quickly and protect their business. Plan A clothing store is in a flood-prone area. The manager creates a business continuity plan. They list the main risks: floods, identify key processes, keeping stock safe, contacting staff, and set a recovery goal: reopen within 2 days after a flood. Do the store trains all employees on what to do if a flood happens? For example, staff learn where to move stock, how to work from home, and how to communicate using WhatsApp if the store phone lines go down. Check once a year, they run a flood simulation drill. The team acts out the steps, moving stock, sending messages, and checking access to the backup system. The manager reviews what worked and what didn't. Act after the simulation, they realised not all staff had access to emergency contacts. So, they update the contact list and store it online. They also add new training for new hires. These changes make the plan better for next time. Benefits of business continuity. Having a business continuity plan brings many benefits. It helps the business continue working to operate during and after problems. It also helps the business return to normal faster. With a good plan, companies can avoid losing money and stay safe. It also helps the business follow the law, protect employees, and keep everyone, including customers, feeling confident that the business can handle disruptions. Components of business response plan. There are 5 main parts of a strong business response plan. First is workspace recovery, which means having backup places where staff can work. Second is cyber resilience, which protects the business from online threats. Third is personnel, which means planning ahead in case key workers are not available. Fourth is communications, having backup ways to contact people if phones or email don't work. And last is task implementation, which includes planning who will do what, how long it takes, and what resources are needed. Evaluation methods. To check if a business response plan is working well, we use different evaluation methods. These include setting clear objectives, using service initiatives to support staff, setting and tracking goals, watching performance indicators, and doing regular performance evaluations. Each method helps us improve and prepare for the next disruption. Evaluation methods, key objectives. The first thing we look at is our key objectives. These might include high customer satisfaction, more income, positive reviews, and fewer employees leaving. To check these goals, we can use surveys, suggestion cards, interviews, and focus groups. Managers may also use rating systems to measure how well the business is doing in each area. For example, a restaurant uses feedback cards with a 1 to 5 star rating to track customer satisfaction each week. Evaluation methods. Service initiatives. Service initiatives are actions that help employees do better. These can include on-the-job training, support from co-workers, and chances to give regular feedback. It's also helpful to let staff share ideas or problems with management. When staff help set goals, they feel more engaged and ready to do their best. For example, in a hotel, reception staff are asked for their ideas on improving the holiday check-in process. Their feedback is used, and they feel more respected and motivated. Evaluation methods. Setting goals. When setting goals, it's important that they are clear, measurable, and realistic. Goals can be made for a whole department or for each person. Progress can be tracked with customer surveys or performance reviews. Every goal should have a timeline and be possible to achieve within that time. For example, reduce customer wait time at reception to 2 minutes by the end of the month. This is clear, measurable, and realistic. Evaluation methods. Performance indicators. Performance indicators help us measure how close we are to reaching our goals. This includes checking customer survey results, how many customers return, and how many new customers come from referrals. It also includes checking output, productivity, and revenue growth. These indicators help us know what's working and what needs improvement. For example, a cafe tracks how many customers return in a week as a sign of satisfaction, instead of only looking at daily sales numbers. Evaluation methods. Performance. Evaluation. To evaluate performance, we look at how staff treat customers, how well they know the products, and how they act during customer interactions. We also track how well they are meeting their goals. Feedback from customers and team members helps create training and improvement plans. Some companies also use peer reviews or reverse appraisals to get a more balanced view of performance. For example, a sales assistant is reviewed by the manager, rated by customers through a mobile app, and gets feedback from teammates. This gives a fair and complete view of performance. That's the end of this session on business response methodologies. We hope you now understand how to prepare for, respond to, and recover from disruptions in the workplace. Remember, planning and evaluation are key to keeping a business running strong, no matter what happens. Thank you for watching.